Telegram and the war. How the arrest of the social media CEO could complicate things for the Russian military. The usual vile tactics. Ukraine accuses Russia of targeting civilian infrastructure again.
Thousands of athletes and sports fans descend on Paris for the 2024 Paralympics.
Pavel Durov's arrest could complicate Russian plans in Ukraine. Telegram is very popular amongst Russian speakers and plays a crucial role in the war in Ukraine, both for the operations on the ground and for the spreading of Moscow's narrative. According to the Institute for the Study of War, it is, quote, the main alternative to official communications for Russian military personnel in Ukraine.
It's not just a news source, but it's a kind of key messenger that is used for coordination of action on different levels, to store video, to share large files, and all these kind of things. And you've got a lot of channels who are directly, more or less directly connected with the Kremlin or with the DoD, the Department of Defense of Russia.
Telegram is an encrypted chat and avoided being put under Russian government control in 2018. But according to experts, the Kremlin has managed to manipulate it, having brought in stricter legislation on its activities.
The owners of channels that are grouping more than 10,000 followers have to give the information to Roskomnadzor, which is more or less the organization who is in charge of controlling all the medias and social networks. In the same law, they are explaining that if you've got a channel who is followed by more than 500,000 packs, you had to give all the information on your users just if RKN or the FSB is asking it. So there is a kind of, not a control, but let's say a kind of more or less cooperation.
With its CEO in prison in a European country, Russian forces may start leaving Telegram, which in an extreme scenario could also be totally blocked in the country. This uncertainty will likely impact Russian frontline operations, even if it seems unlikely that the French authorities could disclose the information contained in the encrypted chats.
They could try to do so. It will be illegal because at the EU level there is no decision about being allowed to read messages. 3 months ago the EU could not reach an agreement on this. So yeah, they could try this, the secret services or whatever, but I really don't think that's the main problem now.
Durov's detention is turning into a diplomatic incident between France and Russia. The Russian embassy in Paris accused France of refusing to cooperate. But French President Macron insisted that the arrest was not a political decision.
Moscow has accused France of free speech double standards after the arrest of Pavel Durov, Russian billionaire, and also the founder of the Telegram messaging platform. The arrest late on Saturday night prompted a stern warning from the Kremlin to the Elysee Palace that Durov should be accorded his full rights, further aggravating the already tense relationship between both countries. On Sunday night, French authorities decided to extend Durov's detention period for not curbing enough offenses allegedly on the Telegram platform, such as, for example, fraud, drug trafficking, organized crime, and even promotion of terrorism. Durov could be held up to 96 hours for questioning. After the end of this detention period, a judge can then decide whether to set him free or to press charges against him. French President Emmanuel Macron insisted on Monday afternoon that Durov's arrest was in no way a political move. Russia's embassy in Paris said that they had tried to get in touch with Durov, but said that the French side was not cooperating with them, and that's because Durov also holds a dual nationality with France. Sofia Katsenkova reporting from Paris for Euronews.
Russia fired 100 drones and missiles on 15 Ukrainian regions on Monday, leaving at least 5 people dead and energy facilities damaged. President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned Russia's attack, which appears to be Moscow's biggest in recent weeks.
Більше ударів комбінований, більше сотні ракет різних типів та близько сотні шахедів. І як більшість попередніх російських ударів, цей такий же підлий, націлений на критичну цивільну інфраструктуру. По більшості наших регіонів, від Харківщини та Києва до Одеси і наших західних областей.
Kyiv locals sheltered in subways as air sirens rang throughout. In the city of Kryvyi, dozens sought shelter after rolling blackouts hit.
Тривога почалася близько о 3:45 ранку. Звісно, контингент збільшився. Було сьогодні близько 52 людей, 2 відвідувача пункту незламності. Було 40 дорослих та 10 малолітніх дітей. Потребували засоби зарядження. Поки було світло, ми надавали безпровідний інтернет, Wi-Fi. У нас це все є у вільному доступі. Для дітей просили ковдри, бо в підвалі ж холодно, знаходились досить великий проміжок часу.
International news agency Reuters announced on Monday one of its staffers, Ryan Evans, died after a Russian missile hit the Ukrainian hotel where he was residing.
Belarus is concentrating a significant number of armed forces personnel as well as weaponry along Ukraine's northern border with Belarus. Ukraine has issued an official warning, urging Belarus to withdraw forces away from the border to a distance greater than the firing range of Belarus systems. In its statement, Ukraine's foreign ministry said, "We warn that in case of a violation of Ukraine's state border by Belarus, our state will take all necessary measures to exercise the right to self-defense guaranteed by the UN Charter." Consequently, all troop concentrations, military facilities and supply routes in Belarus will become legitimate targets for the armed forces of Ukraine. Kyiv noted that some former Wagner PMC troops were also present in the area. Ukraine and Belarus share a 1,084-kilometer long border. According to Ukraine's statement, military exercises in the border pose a global security threat due to the closeness of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the site of the world's worst nuclear disaster.
Thousands of athletes will descend on the French capital for the 2024 Paralympics, set to kick off on Wednesday. 4,400 Paralympians, some of which will be torchbearers, will compete in 23 disciplines, spanning wheelchair rugby to para-athletics.
J'ai toujours regardé les Jeux, j'ai rêvé, et là pouvoir porter la flamme, ça a été énorme, pouvoir partager cette valeur de résilience, dépassement de soi.
12 torches will travel through 12 French towns before the start of the Games, giving sports fans a taste of what's to come.
La flamme paralympique, ça me paraît essentiel. Donc je me suis dit, il faut absolument y aller aujourd'hui.
Other spectators witnessed the magic of the 2024 Paris Summer Olympics and have come back for more.
J'ai eu la chance d'aller aux Jeux Olympiques à Paris et maintenant j'ai envie de vivre pleinement aussi les Jeux Paralympiques. Et mettre la même énergie et espérer trouver la même joie et le même enthousiasme.
French authorities have ramped up security at the Paralympic village, but a pair of Australian archers are not worried.
I'm focused on the competition. I let the government of France worry about that.
We're lucky. If they come in and try it on us, we've got archery gear, so we're pretty well protected.
Roughly 43,000 security personnel are on site to ensure that athletes can safely go for gold.
5 of Berlin's highest awarded fine dining restaurants have shut up shop over the last 12 months. Others in the capital of the world's third largest economy are revamping concepts in a bid to attract customers and keep their restaurants alive. Head chef Sebastian Frank at the double Michelin-starred restaurant Horvath says the situation is serious.
2010, als ich hier angefangen habe, waren es noch 7 Restaurants mit Stern und 10 Jahre später, 2020, haben wir 20 Restaurants mit Stern. Der Gäste natürlich auch ihr Geld auszugeben und das hat sich natürlich gravierend geändert und der Markt wird jetzt wieder kleiner, also diese kleine Blase, wie man es vielleicht nennen kann, ist jetzt wieder am Zurückgehen und ja, das Geschäft wird sich einfach, oder das Business, Fine Dining oder Gastronomie selber, wird sich jetzt wieder regulieren und viele Restaurants werden wegbrechen und das Angebot wird kleiner werden und sich dem Markt anpassen.
According to a recent study, around 1 in 10 restaurants closed across Germany in 2023 alone. Experts are warning that many more bankruptcies and closures could be on the way after restaurants were hit by soaring inflation before they could fully recover from the pandemic closures. The German Hotel and Catering Association DEHOGA already sounded the alarm back in January that restaurants would have to close down after the government reintroduced the restaurant VAT from 7% to 19% following the pandemic. And it seems their predictions are already coming true.
Also grundsätzlich muss man ja sagen, dass in den letzten Jahren durch Corona, durch Kriege und so weiter ja die Betriebskosten sich deutlich verändert haben und natürlich insbesondere auch die Gourmet-Restaurants oder Fine-Dining-Restaurants zu spüren bekommen. Das legt sich wiederum auf den Preis nieder. Den muss man natürlich auch bereit sein zu zahlen am Ende des Tages. Oder der Kunde muss bereit sein, das zu zahlen.
Ich glaube, dass wir haben, Corona war erst ein Anfang und ich glaube, da kommt sicher noch mal etwas viel Größeres auf uns zu, wo wir dann am Ende sagen, wir noch andere Probleme haben werden, als ob wir morgen ins Restaurant gehen können oder nicht.
For many of Berlin's fine dining restaurants, 2023 brought little profit, and it seems that despite the Euros, 2024 could also leave the same bitter aftertaste.